Hello, good evening. I'm Steve Saul. Welcome to North West Tonight. An inquest into a young mother who was overdosed with paracetamol at Wiston Hospital over 2 days has concluded that it couldn't be proved that paracetamol contributed to her death. However, the coroner said his finding did not impact on any future legal proceedings, as Jill Dummigan reports.
Laura Higginson had a rare condition called Gitelman syndrome, which often sent her to hospital. On April the 5th, 2017, she was admitted to Wiston with suspected pneumonia. She was prescribed regular adult doses of intravenous paracetamol, but her low body weight meant she should have had half of that. 2 days later, the mistake was noticed. She was given an antidote. By that stage, her health was rapidly deteriorating.
She was absolutely terrified. She was throwing up blood on me, and she was begging for her life. She thought she was going to die.
12 days later, Laura died of multi-organ failure and sepsis. The Trust never told Anthony about the overdoses. He found out by chance 2 months later from his own GP. The coroner, Simon Holder, said that by any reckoning, Dr Higginson had the right to be angry. He said the Trust had not shown duty of candour to Laura's family, but he said that he had to make his decision based on the evidence, and the evidence of the toxicology expert speaking for the Trust was that the overdose had not significantly contributed to Laura's death. The coroner's court pays for expert witnesses on both sides. In this case, each was allowed just one because of costs. The family's liver expert was praised by the coroner, but he said he had to follow the toxicology findings. He stressed that this shouldn't have any impact on any future legal proceedings.
The coroner's reached his decision today on the basis that he didn't have enough evidence to say that a paracetamol overdose contributed to Laura's death. He hasn't been able to rule out on the basis of the evidence that it contributed to his death. So the civil claim will continue, and there will be more experts involved in the civil claim to assist the court.
A statement from the Trust said they'd always accepted that Mrs Higginson received a dose of paracetamol not appropriate for her body weight, and once this was identified, the relevant antidote was administered. They instigated a full and thorough investigation which concluded that any effect didn't contribute to Mrs Higginson's death, a fact the inquest had accepted, and they were fully committed to learning all the lessons they can. Jill Dummigan, BBC North West Tonight, Bootle.
Next tonight, the family of Laura Nuttall, the brain cancer campaigner from Lancashire who died 18 months ago, have been marking what would have been her 25th birthday today by climbing Pendle Hill for the 100th time this year. Katie Barnfield has the story.
Laura Nuttall's family are now well used to this climb. This is the 100th time her mum and sister have gone up Pendle Hill together, completing their challenge on what would have been her 25th birthday.
We've done snow, we've done ice, we've done rain, we've done bright hot sunshine, and also like gale force winds. So it's,
wow.
It's quite mild today.
Pendle Hill was one of Laura's favourite walking spots, and where her family scattered her ashes after she passed away from an aggressive brain tumour last year.
What are we looking for?
Any pirates, anything?
She became an inspiration to others, completing a bucket list of challenges before she died, while campaigning for better treatment. For her family, these walks are a way to remember her.
It's a really good way of dealing with grief, to actually just be outside in nature, to be appreciating what's around you.
So is this the most people you've had with you so far?
Yes, definitely. You normally just have one occasional special guest who'll join us for the walk, but yeah, we've never had this many.
Yeah.
It's a tough and icy climb in places, but nothing to deter them or the 40 friends and family who've joined them to mark the occasion. At the summit, it's time to celebrate.
100! It just feels like it's a connection with Laura, doesn't it? It feels like she'd be really proud of you. She'd just go, well done, kid. Yeah, it's really emotional. 100!
It's a milestone achievement for the memory of a sister and daughter who was very much loved. Katie Barnfield, BBC North West Tonight in Pendle.
With an extra Molly, but for that, the ventriloquist Keith Harris and his sidekick Orville the Duck still holds the record for the most seats sold in a summer season during a 5-month run at Blackpool's Grand Theatre in 1983. I think, in fact, I was taken to that show when I was about 4. Now his daughter Kitty is carrying on his legacy for the Panto season. More details from Phil Chapman.
Let's get you to that ball. Life is a ball for Kitty Harris this Christmas, with thousands set to see her opposite fairy godmother Hayley Tamerden in Blackpool and millions of followers on TikTok. Her dad, Keith Harris, passed away at the age of 67 in 2015 and would have been proud to see Kitty's star continuing to rise, especially at the theatre, which meant so much to him.
It's emotional because I'm very similar to Dad, but yeah, it's nice. It's sad. It's sad he went too early, but it's okay because he's got these great memories and I'm here carrying on that legacy.
Now that I'm here with you.
Just being at the Grand, it's important for me, and I've always wanted to do a pantomime at the Grand because panto was so important to my dad. He did it all throughout his years of performing, and also at the Grand he holds the world record for selling out the most shows over the summer season.
That's incredible.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone can beat it now because they're taking some of the seats out.
And the Cinderella magic continues at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool until January the 5th. Phil Chapman, BBC North West Tonight, Blackpool.
Lots of memories there of Keith and Orville. Right, let's get a check on the weather. Molly joins us tonight. Molly, shall I stop dreaming of a white Christmas then?
I think so, Steve. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a white Christmas. In fact, it's going to be a warm Christmas. It's going to be unseasonably mild over the next couple of days. On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, it's going to be cloudy, mostly dry though, and light winds. It's going to be settled, so not like the weekend at all in terms of weather warnings. Overnight tonight, it's going to be a cloudy night. It will stay dry for most of us. There will be some showers towards more northern parts, Lancaster and Kendal, but staying mild, temperatures around 6 degrees Celsius. And into Christmas Eve then, how's it looking? It's going to be a cloudy start, and that cloud's going to stick with us for the majority of the day. There could be some breaks in that cloud to reveal some sun, but they'll be few and far between. Potentially some rain, but this will lessen as we go throughout the day. But more importantly, look at those temperatures, 11 to 12 degrees Celsius, so very mild indeed. And then, yep, look at the rest of the week. It's double figures, a similar day to Christmas Eve, to Christmas Day rather, on Christmas Eve to Christmas Day rather. I'm getting my words mixed up there, Steve.
Whatever, it's going to be mild though,
it's
isn't
mild.
it?
It's mild.
If you're going to get a bike or a skateboard for Christmas, you can take it out for a try. That's it from now. We're back with the late news at 10:30. Bye-bye.